Track gorillas. We are going to track gorillas.
Imagine this. Unexpected.
That was a close one.
Climbing tough terrains, crossing numerous streams, going under logs of trees. All this was part of our adventure as we embarked on an exciting gorilla tracking expedition in the middle of Bwindi Impenetrable National Park that has about 460 gorillas.
Don't want them to smell.
Then came the moment we were eagerly waiting for, as we began a magical 1-hour interaction with mountain gorillas. The mountain gorilla has longer and shorter arms. They live in family groups with a dominant silverback male, several females, and their offspring. Males will defend their females through intimidating displays, including charging and chest beating. Also, it is important to note that gorillas are mainly vegetarian, with a predominantly plant-based diet. The one-of-a-kind tracking experience left us all wary but content.
In this park, we have a population of 459 mountain gorillas as per the census of 2018-2019. So we seem to be doing very well in terms of gorilla conservation, and it is mainly gorilla tourism that actually bring visitors into Uganda.
Some of the rules to observe during this exercise is no use of flashing lights, keep a distance of about 10 meters, but with the help of a guide you could get closer. No food or water near the primates, and wearing a mask is a must to avoid exchange of diseases. Remember, human beings are closely related to gorillas. We share 98.4% DNA with them.
They gave us the easiest tracking terrain or sector, but it really took a toll on our physical abilities. At some point I was crying, but not tears of pain, it was more fear. But eventually getting to the gorillas, I forgot my pain and I just enjoyed the whole experience, and it was amazing.
After the exercise, a certificate as a reward for resilience was awarded. And to commemorate our visit at the park, we planted trees. Thereafter, a relaxing evening away from the weary exercise followed at Gorilla Heights Lodge, a luxurious gem in the vicinity of Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. The lodge is fitted with state-of-the-art amenities, including an outdoor swimming pool and 15 guest rooms overlooking the dense Bwindi forest. Gorilla tracking was just one of the activities in a 7-day familiarization tour organized by the Uganda Tourism Board (UTB) for 10 of its Kenyan travel trade partners. The board, which is tasked with marketing Uganda as a preferred tourism destination, has over time been engaging Kenya and its tourism stakeholders in boosting cross-border tourism in order to encourage tourists from Kenya and beyond the borders to explore adventure, leisure, business and cultural attractions that Uganda has to offer.
In January 2022, we did refresh our destination brand, which is now Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, because we need to, as a destination, have that brand that stands for us. We are sending new message in terms of why we are calling on different people internationally to come to Uganda to experience what we have, which is the diversity.
UTB works closely with the travel agencies to enable them develop attractive tourism packages for the benefit of both destinations, Kenya and Uganda.
We organize farm trips for the tour operators in Uganda, within the region and internationally. It is an ongoing because there are too many numbers to deal with. We might not be organizing for the same people to come back, but the market is so big. Every year we are organizing farm trips.
Uganda has included religion as a tourism product. Part of our tour was a visit to the Namugongo Shrine. Omugongo is a Luganda word meaning the back of the body, while Namugongo means on your back. The Ugandan martyrs were tortured by dragging them on their backs.
When someone comes here, we first go straight to the home of the chief executor.
The sculptures give a vivid description of the torture they underwent before being killed for upholding their strong faith.
The highlight, I would say, is the Namugongo Shrine adventure or excursion, whereby you go through the experiences of the martyrs, especially people who fought for the faith that we currently enjoy. For me, it was a humbling experience.
The other experience was this. At Ndere Cultural Center, the home of cultures. Tourists from different nationalities all gathered for traditional gigs by this energetic group of ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we enjoyed every bit of Ndere Center.
It highlights the various cultural customs of the Uganda people, ranging from the Bagandas, the Toros, the Karamajong, and all that. And they do that so nicely in dances, they do that so nicely in their poetic way of presenting it. Agwara.
In case you want to bathe, Agwara will turn you into a basin for bathing.
The calabash that does a multitude of things. So all that, for me, I saw it as a different element or rather aspect to tourism that can be enhanced.
Back to Nature and Uganda is home to 10 national parks, all managed by the Uganda Wildlife Association, UWA. Queen Elizabeth National Park, a medley of wonders, was initially Kazinga National Park back in 1952, but was renamed 2 years later to commemorate a visit by the late Queen Elizabeth II. Right in the middle of the 1,978 square kilometer park is Kazinga Channel that acts as a connector between two lakes. We are set for our boat cruise. A 2-hour relaxing yet adventurous boat cruise was awaiting us.
Kazinga Channel connects the two big lakes, Lake George and Lake Edward. Lake George is totally in Uganda and it is in Kasese district, whereas Lake Edward is partially in Uganda. It's more in DRC because Uganda owns only 25% on Lake Edward.
The channel, which is 40 kilometers in length, is home to about 75 mammal species, some who come by the banks to wallow in mud to cool off their bodies.
You do not take less than 10 minutes and you see the hippos. We got the water bucks taking water. We saw the crocodiles. We saw the buffaloes. We have seen more than 4 or 5 types of birds. So it means that they have so many categories of animals and birds in this area. For the bird watchers, as I heard that they have more than 200 species of birds.
We spotted an albino hippo. Wow. He's gone down.
It comes in because those are hormonal imbalances. As it happens in human, it can also happen in animals. However, it's now only one. I think it must be weak because we have not yet seen its offsprings.
And fishermen too by the neighboring community. Indeed, this is a unique cruise in the middle of the park. Uganda boasts of beautiful sceneries, landscapes and meandering roads. rivers and lakes that could be spotted all through the journey from one destination to the other. Oh, and food here is in plenty. The staple bananas and plantains, even meat. At Fort Portal City, some 295 kilometers from Uganda's capital Kampala, is Toro Kingdom. Toro is one out of the 6 kingdoms in Uganda, together with Buganda, Bunyoro, Ankole, Rwenzururu and Busoga kingdoms, all ruled by traditional kings. Did you know that Toro Kingdom is ruled by the youngest king in the world? Yes, 30-year-old King Omukama Oyo, who took over the kingdom in 1995 at just 3 years old. We were set for more adventure at Semuliki National Park, the home of hot springs, spurting out hot water up to 2 meters high. So hot you cannot touch with your bare hands.
So for the exit, it just takes 12 minutes.
Just like Lake Bogoria in Kenya, here we boiled eggs too. Then there is Kibale Forest National Park, which has Uganda's most gorgeous tropical forest. The 795 square kilometer park is one of the best safari destinations in Africa for chimpanzee tracking safaris and has the highest number of primates in East Africa.
Behind me is one of our lovely chimpanzee that is called Basaija, who is 18 years. He's one of the friendly chimpanzees and one of out of the 120 chimpanzees that we have that live in as a community. The entire park has 1,450.
At the end of the day, dinner was awaiting us at Home Bliss Hotel at Fort Portal City. This is just a taste of Uganda's beauty. At the tail end of the farm trip, Kenyan travel trade partners bagged several key selling concepts to take back home to their clients.
This trip actually gives me a clear picture of what I'm supposed to be giving to the clients. Now, I'm not going to be selling something that I only know it in theory. Yeah, I have tried it out. I know what it entails. I know exactly when I am explaining it to the client, I know what they need to be looking at. For instance, if someone wants to go and do the gorilla tracking, they must be in tip-top fitness shape.
I am now able to understand what Kenya offers that Uganda doesn't, vis-a-vis what Uganda offers that Kenya doesn't. So in that way, we will offer packages that complement each other, so that a client comes and tastes what we have and goes and now enjoys what we don't have. And in that way, it will be actually bolstering our relationship between the two and increasing revenue.
Indeed, the Kenyan travel trade partners have dared to have a taste of Uganda's most memorable touristic destinations.
We are excited that we have had the team here and actually that the Kenyan can see the difference in what our offerings are in tourism. Kenya is another very special market that we still have. With more effort, we believe that we can be able to have more coming from Kenya.
The farm trip from Kenya to Uganda and back was possible courtesy of Uganda's national carrier, Ugandan Airlines. Smooth 45-minute flights overlooking scenic views of Lake Victoria and Uganda's beautiful landscapes. For Chams Media, my name is Lauren Nanok.